Hey ladies, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about something that is so important, and that is learning your ability to detach. Detach from certain things so that you can truly thrive on your entrepreneurial journey with full-blown confidence in yourself and your dreams. And most of all, be able to bring your joy back. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, first thing, one of the most important things that I highly recommend you detaching from is being able to detach your worth from your success. This here, right here, has caused me so much heartache, so much pain on my entrepreneurial journey, and it has caused me many times of losing my confidence in myself and questioning my life here, my life purpose. And so this is so important for you to learn how to detach your worth from your success and your worth from your setbacks, because when, of course, as you know, when you are pursuing, when you are on this journey, you will have setbacks. You will have challenges that comes along the way that is meant to help you grow, is meant to help you learn, is meant for you to build resilience. However, when you have your worth attached to your success and your setbacks, it can truly make you question just life in general. Your worth is innate. Your worth came from God the day you were born. You are worthy without this business. This is something that you want. At the end of the day, we don't need our business. We don't need to be entrepreneurs. It's recommended. It's a beautiful journey to give you your time back, to give you more freedom, more say so over your life. However, you don't need it, right? We do need money. We do need resources, but you don't need this specific business. If it makes you feel like you can't live without it, then you have to learn how to detach your worth from it. Your worth, your ability to live, your ability to be happy, your ability to enjoy life and pleasure, and your ability to just be able to love yourself is completely separated from your success. Your success is going to be a reflection of how you are inside at the end of the day. Because if you're killing yourself and beating yourself up throughout the process, then what is it all going to be worth in the end? Right? It's not going to feel that good. So that's my number one thing, learning how to detach your worth from your success. Okay, so the second thing that I highly recommend that you learn how to detach from is detaching from the outcome. Now, this is slightly different. This is different from detaching your worth from your success. Of course, we want the outcome that we want. We want a dream life, we want a dream business, and it is so possible you deserve the outcome that you are looking for 1,000%. However, why I say detach your worth from the outcome is because the outcome is having you in a chokehold, right? The outcome is making you obsessed with the time frame. And the reason why we have this obsession with the outcome is because we have this obsession of what we believe that our business can provide for us, right? A business can provide finances, our business can provide freedom, and we obsess with that outcome because we want it to happen now on our time. However, what I've learned through my experience of years as an entrepreneur is that a lot of times the reason why we aren't getting the things that we want to get is not because you're not worth it, it's not because you're a bad person. Sometimes it truly comes down to it is either not your time yet, or you just haven't became the person that you truly need to become to withstand the business that you're building, to withstand the outcome that you want to receive. Because maybe if you got it right now, maybe you wouldn't be the person to hold it and nourish it and to grow it even better. So that is something that I've learned through my journey. And also, we never know, right? We have this outcome in mind. We never know what is actually in store for us. We might have this little vision for our life, but God probably have this huge vision for our life, this bigger vision for ourselves that we can't even see because we're so attached to this outcome. We're so attached to this specific thing that it blocks us. It blocks us from being able to envision more, to see more, to feel more. And we have to be able to do that, right? This is you being able to connect to your intuition, being able to connect to your creativity. When you are so attached to the outcome, it blocks those things. It blocks those ideas. It blocks that intuition. It blocks that creativity. It doesn't allow you the freedom to be able to pivot and the freedom to be able to change directions and to just build that ability to see more past than what you're seeing right now, right? And so that's one thing, but then also another thing, there's so much attached to this whole outcome thing, is that when you're attached to the outcome, you're also so focused on having, and we do things backwards. We focus on having, and then we feel like we can become the person, right? Just like I said, one of the reasons why maybe we haven't gotten what we want to have is because we haven't became the person yet. So becoming is normally the first thing that we are supposed to do so that we can have. So you've heard people say, in order to have success, you have to become success first. You have to be a successful person. If you want to have riches, then you need to be rich. And what I mean by be rich, being rich like energetically. So who are you on an energetic level? Who are you? Are you being the person that you truly need to be able to have the goals that you truly want to be able to have this outcome? Are you being her? Are you focused on being her, becoming her to the highest level that you can truly be? Because when you lose that attachment to the outcome, when you know for a fact that that outcome is going to happen, because one is supposed to happen, if the vision was given to you, then it's yours. But when you know that you're going to have the outcome because of who you are, and based off who you are, you're doing the things as if this person will do, then you know for a fact that you're going to have. So it's about being first, being a successful person, being the person who has that outcome, because the faster and the closer you are to being her, the closer you will get to achieving that outcome, and it won't feel so, it won't feel so stressful. It won't feel so hard and frustrating because you're more attached to becoming the person versus attached to receiving the outcome. Your outcome is already here. Your outcome is already here. It is waiting to be received, but you have to become the person first. All right. So that is the second one, to detach from the outcome. Now, the third one is detach from following a specific order and being logical. So this right here is how you are going to learn how to quantum leap, how you're going to learn how to jump levels on your entrepreneurial journey. So it is so easy to be attached to doing certain things a certain way, to following a step by step kind of phase, and thinking that you have to follow a specific order to get the things that you want to have. But you've seen proof. You've seen proof of people who have 1 minute they're here, and then the next minute, like, they're way over here. They quantum leap their life in like 6 months or a year, 2 years. But how was that possible? How was that possible for them? Is that they didn't think that they had to go in a step by step order. So lose your attachment to going in this one order. What I recommend doing is learning how to be a risk taker, learning how to be illogical and going against common sense. Yes, we need common sense. Okay. We need common sense. We need to have some, smartness, some brilliance up in there. We need to be able to, have common sense and know not to walk in front of a moving car, right? Like that's common sense. However, when you are an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to go against the grain. You have to go against what everyone thinks to be common sense. And this is a huge part of learning how to connect with your intuition and moving with your body and connecting to your feminine energy in this process as a entrepreneur. So when you are focused on doing step by step, following this super strategic order and being super in your head and super logical, then you're heavily operating out of your masculine energy, which is not a bad thing. We need those. We need strategy. We need logic. We need those in our business. We need those as entrepreneurs. However, as women, we can be so much more powerful when we learn to connect with our body and be able to build our business and create our business and pursue our entrepreneurship journey and our body, what feels good to us, what feels good for our business, what we have this intense desire to do, right? What, even if no one else is doing it, but you have this desire, doesn't make common sense will say, well, no one else is doing this right now. So don't be stupid. Like, don't do that. You're going to fail. But moving with your body and letting the logic catch up later is you actually saying, I'm going to do this and I'll figure it out along the way. That is you leading with your feminine energy and allowing your masculine energy to catch up, because that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to chase you, it's going to follow behind you, as long as you learn to move with your body and listen to your heart's desires. Listen to your heart's desire and lose that attachment to always feeling like you have to do things the right way. You have to follow this sequential order. Absolutely not. You don't have to. You can quantum leap your life. You can jump levels ahead if you detach from always being in your head, always having to follow this order. You can absolutely jump levels by leading with your body first and then allowing the logic to follow and figure out along the way. That is one of the best ways to pursue entrepreneurship, is moving with your body and letting the logic move away. Every entrepreneur most entrepreneurs who've made their mark, like made a huge mark, who built crazy businesses, is not because they followed their logic, is when they were going against common sense, when they allowed themselves to move with their body and look stupid and look crazy, but then allow the logic to catch up. If you have a desire in your mind, if you have a desire in your heart, lead with that first and everything else will come along. And another reason that I want to point out why I feel like this is super, super important for you is because creativity moves. And so what I mean by that, if you have a desire on your heart right now, but you're stopping yourself from pursuing this desire because you feel like you don't have a big enough audience, because you don't feel like you have enough listeners, because you feel like you don't have enough subscribers, or you just, you don't have enough of something. You're not in the right place. You don't have enough money, whatever it is. If you've been feeling like that and you've been stopping yourself from doing it, let me tell you something that happens from personal experience. Number one thing that can happen is eventually, not that you lose interest. Well, you can lose interest, but not just that you lose interest, but over time you forget some of the things that you've been wanting to put out. It doesn't, that same creativity that you have right now, that sparking in you is probably not going to spark in you. If you wait a year or 2 years, it's not going to feel the same. So when you finally get to the place that you think you should be to actually make that leap, it's going to feel a little up. It's going to feel not so right. It's not going to feel the same. It's not going to feel like the same magic as you felt when you first got that super deep desire. It's not going to feel the same. Another thing that I want to say is, yeah, you can lose interest in it. And then guess what? You never do it. And then what? Right? That doesn't fuel your creativity when you don't do something. The less you do something, the less you, it's like you lose it. Just like when people say, if like, just like working out, if you are not working out, what happens? You lose it. When you are not intentionally living in that creative field, you lose it. Another thing is, if you don't do nothing with it, that desire is going to go to someone else, and someone else is going to put it out there. That feeling, that vision that you got for yourself, that you got for that you wanted to create and put out, if you don't do it, someone else will. It is just energy, is your intuition, but guess what? Like, it's going to move. Creativity moves. It does not stay if it's not meant to be stayed. Okay, so use it. Just take the leap, move with your body, and everything else will catch up later. So number 4 is detach from your fear of failure. Again, just like your obsession with the outcome, your fear of failure will also have you in a chokehold. Your fear of failing will keep you from doing things. If you want to thrive as an entrepreneur, you have to lose that attachment to, being scared of failing. Failing is going to happen. We're going to have setbacks, but through those failures, these are the things that happen. When you fail, when you have setbacks, you learn more about yourself. You learn more about your resilience. You build more confidence depending on how you view the failure. If you view the failure as if, you failed because you're a sucky person or you're not good enough, then of course your confidence is going to go to shit. But if you view your failure as an opportunity to learn and as like, ooh, I failed at that, but I got better this time. I got back up. So that means like I'm resilient. I can keep going. When you view it that way, you start to gain confidence in yourself because you know that there's nothing you can't come back from, right? You know that you can bounce back and bounce back. And the more you bounce back and the more you view your failures in a more confident light, in a more positive light, even though it sucks, it's not a good feeling to fail. It's not a good feeling. It's a sucky feeling. But if you view it as this opportunity to learn and try something different, it is going to increase your confidence. And failure is just an illusion. You really don't fail unless you think you failed. It's just an illusion. If you tell yourself, oh, I failed at that, then you failed. But if you tell yourself that I didn't fail, I actually learned something, then that's a completely different perspective. So it's really based on your perception. So lose the attachment to fearing that you're going to fail, because if you want to thrive as an entrepreneur, you are going to want to challenge yourself. You are going to want to risk. You're going to want to be a risk taker. Being a risk taker, that's what's going to make things happen. Risk takers are money makers. Risk takers are game changers. Risk takers are world changers. So as an entrepreneur, we have to lose that attachment to our fear of failing. We truly don't know if we're going to fail. You don't know if you're going to fail, because what if you didn't? What if you didn't fail? But what if you did? Then what's the worst is going to happen? When you can develop that mindset of what's the worst that's going to happen, I get embarrassed. You don't get hurt. You don't die from failing. It's more so the embarrassment. And it's really tied to our ego. Us not wanting to be embarrassed, not wanting to be judged and be, made fun of. But it's all in our heads. The fear of failure is just an illusion. We don't know if it's actually going to happen. So lose that attachment to fear of failing, detach from it and seek failure. Because when you seek failure, that's you actually knowing that you are pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, that you are risking embarrassment, that you are risking judgment, that you are risking and you're taking chances to change your entire life. So don't be ashamed of failing. It sucks, doesn't feel good, but how we gonna thrive is detaching from that fear of failing. That's one of the only ways we can truly thrive as entrepreneurs and in life in general. All right, so let's go ahead and move to number 5. Number 5 is detaching from perfectionism. So perfectionism, something that I thought that I did not have. I thought I was never a perfectionist. I thought I was, I consider myself a risk taker and, someone who just puts things out. But what I learned this year is that I am very much like I clearly struggled a little bit with perfectionism. And the more I uncovered, did more inner work and uncovered things about myself, I realized that, ooh, there is some kind of, there's a little perfectionist up in there. And so I shared this example before and how like my first podcast name was called Becoming Confident. And then when I decided to change the name because I wanted to go into a different direction and who I was speaking to and the topics I was talking about, it took me 6 months to actually release new episodes. And the main reason why it took me 6 months is because I was so focus on doing things, going back to following a specific order, being logical, and I was so attached to doing it the right way and needing to have a specific amount of episodes out, a specific amount of recordings recorded, and make sure that it's perfectly edited and make sure that it was fully scripted on paper, then on a computer, so that I can put in a teleprompter. All of those things held me up, and it took me 6 months to release new episodes, even though deep down inside I hated it. I just wanted to release, I just wanted to put things out. And I knew over the course of those 6 months that I was putting myself behind. I knew that I could be so much further ahead, and that showed me that I struggled with perfectionism. And so, what I want to say to you because of that is detach from perfectionism. It is going to hold you back. If you are a new entrepreneur, if you're an aspiring entrepreneur, it is going to hold you back. This goes into listening to your body, just going and letting everything else catch up. But start. Don't rely on being perfect. It's going to hold you back. It is time consuming and it's just an inhibition. Is you stressing and worrying about being perfect so that you don't be looked at a certain way, so that you don't get embarrassed, that you don't get judged. It is hindering your progress. That's exactly what it is. What is hindering your progress right now? I want you to ask yourself that. What is something in your life that you are being a perfectionist in and it is hindering your progress? That is what an inhibition is. Perfectionism is an inhibition. So detach from that. And nothing is perfect. Most things never started with being perfect. It started by being messy and just maybe being a little bit all over the place. We have to learn to embrace the messiness of just being in flow and just just doing, just starting, just putting it out there. That's you leading with your body. That's you being connected with your feminine energy, and as you pursue your dream business, this is what's going to help you just flourish over time. Nothing is perfect. And guess what? If you are new, if you are aspiring, someone is waiting for you. So chop, 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 whatever it is that you want to do, someone is waiting for you to put it out there. So detach from being a perfectionist. So the next one is detaching from approval to pursue your dreams. This is a big one because one thing that I know is that people don't have your dream. People don't see your vision. And one thing is that they are going to put their obstacles on you. They're going to put their fears on you because they think they can't do it. They're going to think you can't do it. You have to learn how to detach from that approval, whatever it is. Pursue your dreams, pursue your goals. Even if you've already been an entrepreneur for a few years and you have ideas of wanting to do something, yeah, like if you want to get a coach, if you want to get a mentor, those are things that are so useful. Highly recommend those things. However, you don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anybody's approval to start something different, to try something different, to pursue this dream. When you allow yourself to detach from that, then you start creating your own life. You start creating your own path and you learn how to validate yourself. You are going to have to learn how to believe in yourself more than other people are going to believe in you, more than you want people to believe in you. You have to build up that self belief. You have to believe that anything you touch turns to gold, that any dream that you have can come to life, that any vision that was given to you is a reflection of the need out in this world, that everything you have within you, you can become greater, do greater, have greater. You have to learn how to foster that type of belief in yourself for you to truly learn how to detach from others' approval of you pursuing your dreams. If you want to thrive in your entrepreneurship journey, if you want to thrive in it, trust me when I tell you, learn how to detach from the approval of others because that will hold you back. It will hold you back. It will hold you back in your business. It will hold you back in life. If you need approval to date someone, if you need approval to start dance classes, if you need approval to start working out, it will hold you up if you don't approve yourself, if you don't validate yourself and tell yourself that you deserve it at the end of the day. You deserve exactly what you want at the end of the day. All right. So detach from that. The seventh thing that I recommend to detach from is detach from always doing. Always doing. And this is something that I started to put in practice about maybe a year and a half ago when I decided that I deserve a life of ease in life and in business. So I highly recommend this. As women, like, why we need to overwork? We don't need to work super hard. We don't need to overwork ourselves. We don't need to be burnt out. Super detached from that completely. I'm so detached from that. And so I want you to be detached from it too because it's going to feel so much better internally when you release yourself from always doing. We have to learn how to nourish ourselves with pleasure and play and rest. Those things are essential. It's essential for your entrepreneurial journey. It's essential to, close the laptop, to put down your phone. It's essential to disconnect from business and be present wherever you are, whether it's taking a shower, whether it's cooking and eating dinner. We have to learn how to disconnect from it. I love just putting my phone in my room and going in the living room with my daughter and cooking and just chilling with her for like 2 hours. And then I go back to my phone. I'm like, oh, there you are. Like, it is such a good feeling. It's simple things like that to give yourself a sense of pleasure in your life. We need those things to nourish our business. We need fun, we need pleasure, we need rest, we need all of these things. I know exactly how it feels to be always doing and you lose sight of everything else that's also important. I learned that you don't have true confidence, kind of. there's a little lack of confidence in what you're doing. Is a little lack of confidence in your goal and you truly believing that this is possible, that is going to stay here, that is not going to go away if you just rest for a little bit. It's not going to go away if you decided to take a break or take a vacation. There's a lack of confidence and belief that you are safe, that you are protected in your business, you are loved by your business, that you are cared for by your business. And this is something that I talk about in one of an episode that I just recorded. Maybe this will come out first or the other episode will come out later, and how our dream business is tied to our own masculine energy. It's just tied to our relationship with masculine energy, because we view the idea of a business, of this place of this thing that can protect us, that can take care of us, that can provide for us, that can make us feel safe and valued in life. And so that's the same way we feel with men, right? We want to feel safe, we want to feel cared for, we want to feel valued. And so that's either going to cause us to either be constantly doing, chasing, and hustling because we want it to love us back. We want our business to want us back so badly. Or we are going to not do as much. We're not going to go all in. We're not going to be consistent or committed because there's a lack of trust that has happened. Our heart got broken from my business or from this man, right? We put it all out there before and it didn't work out. So it's either you ain't doing nothing, you are either not super committed, you're not going all in, or you are overly gone all in. And so when you're always doing, there is a little bit of a wounded relationship with our own like masculine energy within our business, because our dream business is that masculine energy, right? It is that structure. It is that thing that we feel is going to provide and keep us safe. And so we do so much because we want it so badly to take care of us. And we feel like if we just take a step back, it's going to leave us, or it's not going to provide for us like we want it to. However, detach from doing, you deserve to rest. You deserve to bring pleasure back into your life. If you're anything like me, you stopped yourself from having fun. You told yourself that you can't have fun, you can't go out, you can't do anything if your business isn't where you want it to be. But then that just takes the joy out of it. That sucks the joy out of building your business, because who knows how long it's going to take to really build your dream business. And then what? You just spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years doing nothing, being lonely and restricting yourself for rest, restricting yourself for play, restricting yourself for pleasure. And then for what? Right? That's one of those sacrifices that I talk about in my previous episode of you deciding as the boss of your business what you want to sacrifice. Is those things something that you want to sacrifice? Because we get to the end and we want it, we got it, and then we're like, oh, dang, I'm exhausted. Was that worth it? So yes, detach from always doing. Enjoy the process, enjoy the progress that you're making. It's going to help you even attract your business more to you when you learn how to trust it and you know that the outcome is already there and you don't need to chase it. You can just receive it. You can do the work and also receive and be that attraction to your business. All right. So we all about ease over here, not hustle, ease over hustle all day, every day. It's going to it's going to help you thrive. It's going to help you thrive as an entrepreneur because it just is in your life and in your business. Okay. So if you would like to improve your confidence on your entrepreneurial journey, learn how to detach from these certain things and actually be able to thrive on your journey, to thrive in your business and to achieve your goals, achieve the outcome that you're looking for with more ease and peace and enjoyment, then go ahead and click the link in the description box, or you can head to cleopatrawilliams.com and sign up for coaching. Also, I am building a community. It's called the Thriving Inner Circle. This is for entrepreneurs, new aspiring, been here, been around for a few years, and you want to build community, you want to build friendships and relationships with other women who are wanting and desiring to thrive, not just in their business, not just as an entrepreneur, but truly in their life as a whole person, then join the inner circle. It's going to be so exciting. I'm so happy to have you in it. All you have to do is click the link in the description box or go to cleopatrawilliams.com and sign up for the Thriving Inner Circle. And that is it for today's episode, guys. And until next time, bye.